Today's the day. I'm so nervous.
Just a little. Oh, what's that?
I can't believe this is going on YouTube. Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Jane Ramsey, a Seattle native.
I'm Marlene Page, a Seattle native also.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Lucretia.
My name's Ivan Chicktrone.
I'm Andrea, and this is Leonard and Walter. My name's Ritu.
Jaden.
Jaden. Nice to meet you.
Ida.
Ida. What's your name?
My name is Tyler.
I'm Rajiv, this is Cash, we're from the Bay Area.
My name's Brian.
Connor.
Sarah.
Justin.
Megan.
My name is Jordan Kale.
So what's the best piece of advice you've got?
One good piece of advice that I got is the nobody cares more about you than you. You already have a lot of the answers to what's right for your life. Listening to other people all the time is really not the best way to go about it, but just kind of going with what you feel is right and like according to your plan.
The best piece of advice probably is never make $100 mistake. That means that like sometimes you're out, I have passed this along to my children, they're out somewhere, don't get in a car with someone, don't walk because an Uber's too expensive or a cab's too expensive. I'll always reimburse you the money. Go ahead and spend the $100 if that's what it takes and not put yourself in danger.
Best advice.
I don't have an advice, but I have the way somebody responded to something. I was on an airplane trip from Phoenix to LA, and this woman was really upset, really upset.
Oh no.
And then she was getting off to see her family. She wiped her eyes, put her lipstick on, and got off, and everything was good. It was really...
She carried on like nothing happened.
Exactly. And I
I see.
just thought, you know what, that's the way to be. We just carry on.
I would probably just say enjoy the moment and not be too hard on yourself.
So never stop learning. Whenever you're learning, you're uncomfortable. Whenever you're uncomfortable, you're creative, and you're doing something that doesn't exist in the world, and it just adds value to the world.
I think my dad said, no matter what happens, keep your head up and run. Just keep going because things will change.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds.
I don't know if mine's totally like in the advice column, but I saw this thing on Instagram recently that said, it's from Gary Vee, if today you wake up and everyone you love is happy and healthy, then that's the best day of your life.
Well, I guess what I'd say is always listen to your gut. And I've not listened to my gut, and sometimes I have. And it's just better to know that that feeling is there.
Yeah.
And it probably means something.
No, I don't know. Hang on. I think not to take things too seriously, you know?
There
Not
you
to
go.
take life too seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe just be patient, like just try and enjoy the stages that you're in and not rush everything.
I'm a mom of a 2.5-year-old, and the best advice I received becoming a new parent was not to take advice from other people.
There you go.
And to just listen to your own gut intuition.
Yes.
Because as a parent, you will really know at the end of the day what's best for your child.
We've gotten that response a lot. In terms
Really?
of, like,
Interesting.
Trusting your gut.
Yeah, trusting yourself, trusting your values, and trusting, what your heart and your mind, where that leads you.
Look both ways before crossing the street.
Not take life too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So deep.
so deep.
There you go.
It's simple. It's basic.
I think ignorance is bliss because I think that's just
It's true.
there's so many times when you just like want to know things, but it's just better to not and just pretend like it just didn't happen.
I did have a boss I worked for, and his piece of advice to me, which I thought was good, was never tie your self-worth to your job.
Yeah.
You have something?
I went to therapy and everything. What do I remember from therapy? Well, I personally think I grew up like flop immigrant parents, so I've always had pressure put on me. I recently just like moved out and realized that all doesn't matter,
Yeah.
and like you're living your life for your own. So I've been just making decisions based on what's happy, like what makes me happy, and not like my parents happy. Realizing like not everything that they say dictates your life.
Mm-hmm. Has there been like a recent challenge you've overcome recently and there was like a mindset that really helped you get through it?
Probably like being more motivated to do my math homework.
How do you end up getting around that?
He asked me to do it.
You get some pressure from
Yeah.
the parents. Yeah.
So, we're older ladies. We're
Looking
both-
very fine.
Thank you.
thank
Of
you.
course, you're going to say that. We always wait for that. You're supposed to say that.
Gotcha.
So we've had our aches and pains. Right now, she's dealing with something, and I've had back problems here and there.
Mhm.
Other than that, we live in a retirement home that we absolutely love, and we're lucky. The place we live, they have a pool, so I do water exercises.
Oh,
They
nice.
have a fitness center. I do rowing. I was rowing yesterday. What do you do? Tai Chi,
Tai Chi and line dance.
and line dance, and we just have a lot of things going on.
That
we
sounds
feel-
really fun.
It is fun.
Yeah,
We're really
there you
lucky
go.
to be where we are too. So we're
Yeah.
happy about that.
I think about like we both lost family members last year.
Last
And
year.
I think
Uh-huh.
for me at least, just like taking it at one day at a time, and like sometimes when you're hard in that grief, just getting up and like taking your day out like 1 hour at a time or like 30 minutes at a time, instead of thinking like I have this whole day to get through and I don't want to. It's like, I don't know. That's my mindset of like, I don't know, when you go through a hard time, just take it bit by bit instead of like one day or like 1 month or like 1 week at a time.
Give yourself some grace. as
Yeah,
well.
grace.
Great.
Mindset is huge.
Yeah.
It is
So-
huge. It's hard to maintain.
It's super hard,
So
to,
hard to
maintain, but
maintain.
like if you gotta like put those positive sticky notes around your house or like on your mirror.
The challenge is probably like just scheduling, getting enough sleep, getting like proper meals in, and the thing that I've been doing is just planning my day like before.
The night.
Like the night before, just like either on a post-it note or in a journal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was mainly just getting a job, becoming a full-time worker and thinking, I didn't have to go to college to get here, or I didn't have to get perfect grades to get here.
Mhm.
Honestly, if you just enjoy life when you're young, things will work out. There's plenty of opportunities.
I just have a lot of generational trauma that I've recently just went through.
Yeah.
So I would say it's definitely just living life for yourself, I think. And I really recently overcame all of that. So now I've been a lot more happier. And I just feel so much like pressure off my weight off my shoulders.
So I was always very much like go-getter. Like I got a goal, I'm gonna go crush it, and then like that gets you through school and you get good grades and like you get into whatever you need to get into with that mindset. And afterwards, I was like, all right, I'm ready to graduate and make money. I incurred about almost $1 million in student debt.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. And then right when I was like, all right, I'm ready to work and repay it, my daughter was born and she had life-threatening medical condition.
Mm.
So I wasn't able to actually work as a dentist. Like I was ready to, but I couldn't.
Mhm.
So I had to find a different way to pay my $8,000 a month student loan and like be like with my daughter like 24/7.
Yeah.
So that took us about 5 years to get over. Like just like learning to live and helping my daughter. Sleep deprivation, which is really messed up. That was a really hard challenge for us, but once that challenge was over and I had already figured out how to make an income for myself without working as a dentist, I don't know, different phases of our life, we have different requirements, and like I found that for myself in my 30s and my late 30s, like mindset game is different, man. Like people go through depression, anxiety. A lot of my friends, take a medication or like smoke weed to like feel better or whatever, and I didn't want to do any of those things. So just learning how to make myself feel great without like substances, that was my second challenge, but I feel like it's made me a lot better because of it.
A recent challenge I had to overcome was just something on the work side. It was just getting comfortable with an area of work that I am not good at, and just learning that, look, the people who can do this better than me, and being able to hand off stuff and empowering them. And I think that was a learning experience for me in terms of being able to understand what you can or cannot do.
Last year when I was going through a lot of like hard times, I would like write in a journal about like 3 to 5 things I was thankful for throughout the day, and it really just like reset your mindset of like gratitude versus like, oh my gosh, today's so
This sucks.
crappy.
Yeah.
Or like things that made you smile during the day, like even as simple as like going on a walk or like getting a coffee. It's like, I think that stuff matters.
And checking in with your friends and family
Totally.
too.
Yeah.
They are really great resources to lean
Yes.
on.
That's true.
Totally.
Having a good support system.
Mhm.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
The company I work for recently went through a big wave of layoffs, unfortunately, and a lot of my team and peers were impacted. And it was really tough being someone there that was still working for the organization. And I think the way I overcame that, or still am every single day, is to recognize how that role and position is still serving me as a person and my family versus the larger company. Because at the end of the day, the company doesn't really care about you.
Yeah.
So you got to do what's best for yourself.
We've heard that too.
Yeah.
I'm a senior now, so I don't really have much, like, but I think maybe, like, my SAT, when I was taking my SAT. I think the biggest thing that helped me through that was just, like, making sure to set goals for myself before, and, like taking time, and not just doing everything last minute like I've always done. So I think that was the biggest thing. Yeah, don't procrastinate.
Yeah. We both recently graduated from college.
Congrats.
So yeah, just kind of like going through the whole looking for post-grad job stuff. It's been very frustrating. It helps to like look at things in perspective and like zoom out a little bit. Or I like reminding myself that most things are temporary.
Yeah,
And that like
that's a good
feeling this way is not gonna last forever.
Well, I just moved back home. Like, I moved from the US to Europe, and that was like a very big change in my life. You know, you think that everything's just gonna like work out right away, but sometimes things just take time. So like everything isn't gonna be set out right as you think it will be.
Right.
It will eventually. It just takes a little time sometimes.
I think life's always changing, you know?
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the small details of it. But just trusting everything will work out has always helped me through all the big changes in life. So, yeah.
Balancing all the new things in life with work and then school, dog, and other things in life. So
you kind of keep all those things in mind.
Writing it out.
Yeah.
So that way when you wake up like the night before you see it, you're like, all right, I'm doing this. So just kind of having a plan. Yeah. So that way you don't forget.
Ooh, what's that? What's that smell? What's that? Oh, it's kind of
I can't believe this is going on YouTube. I hope I never see this video.
Yeah.
That's cute.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Wait, hang on.
Taking
I
the
don't
time
know
to do
this.
this.
I don't know the advice. Hang on.
YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oatmeal? Like the oat milk?
Yeah. That's a hard question. It's like you see,
It is
like
kind
you
of
see
out of the blue.
Well, you see like good stuff about that on like, Instagram. We're like talking to people, or like we're in our mid-30s, so like just living life. But when you get asked about it on the spot, you don't really. You're like, no, what do I talk about?
Yeah.
So
Best thing to do in Hawaii if someone ever goes.
Eat off the hook poke.
Off the hook.
It's
poke,
like
off the-
literally the best poke you'll ever eat.
Is this in Oahu?
Yeah,
or-
Oahu.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you ever go, you have to go off the hook poke.
Is it a chain or is it like a North Shore
No,
thing?
it's in town.
Okay.
But it's like mom and pop shop. It's really like, literally the best poke. Can't emphasize that.
Poke in Hawaii, it's different.
So different.
It is different.
Yeah.
They don't. I think when I went, they don't put a lot of the other toppings. It's very much just rice.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Fish and maybe
Yeah, when I
some
came up here, I'm like, what is this all this extra stuff I'm paying for? Like,
on it.
yeah, carrots.
They're trying to
Why
hide
are there
the freshness
carrots
of the
on
fish.
this?
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that was sweet. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing.
thanks.
And
Yeah,
just for
it's
taking
fine.
time. Yeah. And then we're also giving everyone $5. That's a bit too complex for me.
Shuffle. I don't know what the moves are even called. But you can do your arms.
That is pretty technical.
So, tap dancing.
What we do.
I love a good handshake for you.
Oh, I'd love to see that. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.